everybody and welcome to my channel. My name is Marina from Marina Art Design, and in this video I'm going to show you how to use Trace the Grid Pattern Generator. It is a small program I developed to create Trace the Grid pattern sheets. I'm going to show you all the features and all the possibilities that this small little program that you can use on Windows is offering to you. If you want to use this on Macintosh, that's only going to be available online. At the beginning, I'm doing all my tools for Windows. If there is enough interest for any particular generator, I'm going to convert them into web versions as well. There is a restriction when it comes to fonts that can be used on web versions. So if you have program on your computer, then you can use all the fonts that you have installed. But if we are talking about web version can only have up to 30 fonts. So that is the difference, main difference between the locally installed version on your Windows computer and the web version. But in this case, we do not have letters in this puzzle. We do not have any fonts, so it's not going to matter. But I just want to explain to you the difference. So let me show you what kind of puzzles you can actually create. Usually we're going to create a sheet of these puzzles. We're not going to create individual puzzle, and it's not actually a puzzle. It's not a puzzle. There's no solution. It is just repeat the pattern that is on the left side, and then you need to repeat it on the right side. So technically this is one image, but usually you're going to pick to have multiples in columns and rows. So what you see here is there is a pattern on the left, and it needs to be repeated on the right. In this case, it's black and white, so it can be done by shading with a pencil, but you can also choose to print it in color, and then they have to actually repeat the pattern using the proper colors. The colors are very separated on the color wheel. So we have yellow, red, orange, green, blue, and purple. So those are the colors that are being used. There are no like similar colors, similar shades, so those are very distinguished, separated colors on the color wheel. So you have option to create something like this. You have option to create it in color. You can also change how many squares are going to be. You can also choose that it's a circle, not a square. You can also choose that is isometric, so it's not grid. It's not like this, but it is like this. Isometric, and you also have a triangle formation as well. So you have lots of different ways. And also, if you don't like the dots pattern, or maybe you just want to create more, you have the version where you have to connect the dots with the lines. And this is generated. Some people ask, can this be in a shape of something? No, at the moment there is. If the shape is created, for example, this one is a flying horse, this is just randomly generated. So there is at the moment no option that it actually creates a pattern that appears to be something like a house or something like that. It just creates random patterns such as this one, and then the person needs to repeat the pattern following the dots. And I believe I can show you here. So yeah, this is same way as we have in cubes or circles. We can also put the dots to be isometric or straight. So this is straight and this is isometric lines. So that is what we get with this Trace the Grid pattern generator. So this is the interface. Now that you know what we can do with it, this is the interface. This is where you control how many puzzles per page. Like I said, it's not actually a puzzle. It's just you have to repeat the pattern. There's no solution here. Here you can control how many rows and columns you're going to have. Here you control the spacing between the puzzles. So that is this distance here, this distance, and this distance between each individual puzzle. Let's call them puzzle. Here you can control the border color. So that's the grid color here. It's default black. Dot color, that is this dot here. Once again, that's going to be black. Line color, again, this line color, that is by default black. Line thickness is 2 points. This is 2 points. That's, I believe, perfectly fine. You can choose that the puzzle background is transparent or custom. Custom is usually white. So as you can see here in the background, I selected be transparent, so I can put them maybe on some decorative paper, so they print out with some kind of background. But if you select here, this is how you choose to have it transparent or white. In this section here, you control the grid size. So it says here 5. What is 5? You can only create square. So it can be 5 by 5, 3 by 3. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You see, this is 5 by 5. This is 3 by 3. This is 5 by 5. This is 3 by 3. This is 5 by 5. This is 5 by 5. Okay, so you get the idea. So that is here. You can control how many dots per side you're going to have, and this is going to produce a square. So it's 5 by 5, 3 by 3. You only have one value. Then you have grid style. Grid style can be square, isometric, and triangle. Square is where everything lines up. Isometric is when everything is shifted by 50% of the width of the upper. So that's isometric. And triangle is also a feature where you have individual shapes that are forming a triangle. So it's not the shape that is triangle, but when you connect the shapes, they are forming a triangle. So that's 3 features. And then you can choose the dot. This would be dot. So when you choose dot, you get lines. And if you choose circle or square, then you actually filling the circle and filling the square inside of it. Symbol radius, that is how big the circle is going to be. Let me just show you. So you control the size of this one. And do I have circle? So you control the size of this one. But as you can see, the default value is already perfect. This is only if you want. If you want to play with the numbers, I'm giving you that option. You can choose the colors, I already told you that. And the default colors are fixed. The mixed colors are fixed. So you can either choose to have single color, and then you can choose the single color, or mixed colors. The mixed colors are fixed. What is this minimum and maximum? Let's say we have, let me show you this case. So we have this amount of cells, and there is a certain amount of lines that we can connect between all these dots. So let's say if every dot is connected, that is 100%. If no dot is connected, that is 0%. Here is where you control how many percent of dots or circles or squares the program is going to use. So if you want to make sure that each puzzle has same difficulty, you need to type these two numbers to be the same. So if you want everything to have 50% difficulty, then you type 50 here, 50 here. But if you want to create puzzles that are random, so between 6 puzzles that you create, they have different difficulty, then you make these two numbers different. That is how you control this. But you have info button where you can read all of this. See, I've added all the instructions here, and you have shorter instructions here as well. There are no puzzles and solutions, so you only have one output folder. You can control how many pages you're going to get, and the starting index is if you are creating multiple puzzles in the same session. So let's say you created 10 puzzles, and now you want to create another 10. You need to change this to 11. So when it's renaming the files, it is actually renaming them with the new number at the end. And you can export SVG, PNG, or SVG and PNG. If you have Inkscape, it is automatically going to flatten the SVG file. PNG files are always going to work, so you don't have to worry about that. But if you have Inkscape installed, then the SVG files are also going to look perfect and sharp on your computer. But that is only if you prefer to use SVG. Normally, if you prefer to use SVG, you're going to have Inkscape installed on your computer, so it's not a problem. There is going to be a warning only once. First time when you run the program, of course, it's going to ask you to type in your email and then your license key, And after that is done, it's going to give you a warning in case you do not have Inkscape installed on your computer. It's going to give you a warning that SVG files could look slightly different. Maybe the color is going to shift or something inside SVG file if you do not have Inkscape. But PNGs, they're going to look fine. No worries there. And that's it. If you have any questions, ask me down below. It's a nice little grid pattern program. I actually very much like it because I created it for my own activity books and pages. Of course, I believe this is not something that you're going to produce a whole book with this, with just these puzzles. It is just something that you add to your activity pages, activity sheets, for homeschooling, for TPT, for Etsy, or for your mixed activity book on KDP. That's it. Have a nice day, everybody. Until the next video, I shall see you down below in the comments. Stay safe. Bye.